Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we're going to be comparing a Tesla Model Y to a Ford Mustang Mach-E to find out which is the better EV. Before we get into this video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larch Miller Chevy here in Provo and the Ford here in Provo for giving me some time with both of these vehicles. The Chevy provided the Model Y and the Ford provided the Mustang Mach-E. Link to both their inventories in the description down below. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Let's start things off by going over the performance information. So the Model Y is a long range with an 81 kilowatt hour battery pack, a dual electric motor setup, putting out 384 horsepower and then 376 pound-feet of torque. It has 318 miles of range on a single charge. Now this Mach-E is the Select package, and so it has a 70 kilowatt hour battery pack. That gives it 224 miles of driving range, 266 horsepower, and then 428 pound-feet of torque. Now it does need to be stated you can get a California Route 1 edition with the Mach-E, which would jump it up to a 91 kilowatt hour battery pack, and that would give it over 300 miles of range. So that would be more similar to this Model Y long range. I understand not a perfect comparison, but let's move along. Now, before we move on to the next thing with the vehicles, I want to quickly mention that if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, I was about to do a front comparison to show you guys the storage space difference with both the vehicles, but the Tesla doesn't want to do it. I mean, look, I can open up the trunk. You can see that works perfectly fine. And you can see also the icon is not grayed out, whereas with the front, and now it won't close. There we go. It's grayed out. So let me know if you know why this is happening, why I can't open the front, but yeah, I guess we're not gonna be able to compare storage in this video. Well, now let's go over front end appearance. So with the Model Y, you guys can see we've got the lights that are just like the Model 3. And then notice it's like very vertical there with like the front end, but then how it kind of like slopes down with the hood. It's kind of an interesting look, that's for sure. Now comparing that with the Mach-E, there's quite a bit more going on with the Mach-E with like the headlights and the trim around the front end and everything. But you know, let me know which one you prefer. I think the Mach-E looks better, but I think they both look okay. Popping around the side here with the Tesla, our tri-wheel setup is 255, 45, 19 in the front and over in the rear. Whereas with the Mustang Mach-E, it is 225, 60, 18 in the front and over in the rear. So I'd say this actually has a better setup in terms of efficiency and then also comfort. Now when it comes to side style here with the Mach-E, you guys can see you've got like these unpainted fender flares here. I think the wheels look pretty cool, but overall it has like a sleek, kind of aggressive, like coupe-like style almost. Whereas if we take a look at the Tesla, it still has kind of like a sleek look, but it's more bulbous in terms of the overall appearance. I will say though, I do like the look of the wheels on this. Now when it comes to keys, you guys can see we've got the Tesla card, and then we've got the Ford Mustang Mach-E key, which is like a regular key, so I prefer the Mach-E key, that's for sure. Now popping into the cargo area with the Mach-E, you guys can see it's actually pretty dang spacious behind the second row. We also have a 12 volt here in the back, and it looks like I've got even more storage underneath there on top of that. But I do need to mention this is just manual for the hatch itself on this particular package. Now popping inside of the Tesla, it looks like it's a little bit deeper in terms of space, but then it's narrower with the cargo space. So the cargo space overall is pretty similar between both of them, funny enough. And then we've got this little strap here that we can pull up. Tons of storage space. Oh, also we have the original window sticker with this, so we'll compare window stickers and prices and everything with both of them. But anyways, this one is automated for the hatch. And then when it comes to rear style, I definitely prefer the Mach-E to the Tesla. Let me know which one you like more. The reason why I like the Mach-E more is because, well, I think the taillights are really cool. Yes, I know it's copying the Mustang taillights, but they look really cool. And again, it's just kind of like aggressive with the design. Whereas this, I mean, I look at it and it kind of reminds me of a penguin on its belly, and it looks like the butt of the penguin. So like, not exactly the most attractive look on the planet. Now popping to the back of the Mach-E, I do not like this little button thing to open up the back door. I just think that that's kind of, yeah, silly design. Anyways, you guys can see here with the material use, fit and finish and everything, I think it's really solid actually. And then here are the seats, got a cool design with them. And let's actually compare space with this. So you guys can see legroom back here. Headroom's also pretty solid. Got a little storage pocket. You've got some vents down below, and then you guys can see some USB action as well. Yeah, the Tesla's door handle definitely a lot more intuitive right there. But anyways, I really like this material use here. I think that looks pretty cool, but a little bit more bland compared to the Mustang. And the same thing with the seats. There's not a lot going on with the seats themselves. And I'll pop in, and I actually got to move this. It's that window sticker. I threw it forward, so I'll put that in the front seat. Anyways, legroom's about the same. Headroom. I will say I don't like how these seats are. Like, they kind of, they just don't feel as comfortable as the Mach-E seats. Also, we don't have as many, like, things back here. We do have some USB-Cs, though, so that's important. And then popping up front, I mean, this is a little bit better because at least you have like this handle thing. But anyways, looking at the door panel itself, again, just as nice as the back one. Got all of our window controls, mirror adjustments. Again, normal controls, right? Blind spot monitoring. And then here's the seats. So you guys can see the design all down the center portion. Light controls here off to the side. And then got the double pull for the hood, which always works, right? So that's important. And then popping in, look at this. We got a regular stop-start button. And we got this cool digital gauge cluster, which shows us how much range we have. Again, this, I know, isn't a perfect comparison, but it gives you all the information to see, like your speed as well. And then look at the steering wheel. Again, normal controls. You've got your volume control, you've got your adaptive cruise control, all of that. Regular stocks there on the back. And then if you pop into reverse, this one actually has the 360 camera system, which is very nice. Now, I will say, I do prefer Ford's horizontal infotainment system to this vertical one, but I will say this is relatively easy to use. And the thing that's nice is, again, there's a lot of controls that are not built into this infotainment system. So, like, even though I'm not the biggest fan, it's fine. But important stuff here. You guys can see a little pull-down tab right there for the home screen. But then you press this tab. This will let you go into the vehicle stuff, so you can see the different drive modes. We can even do one pedal. And propulsion sound will also do that as well. No auto hold, though. I'm not a fan of auto hold. But you can see it's easy to customize stuff here. And then we've got little wireless phone charging pads, some USBs, got a dial shifter down below, parking assist, hazard lights, parking brake, and then we got this weird center console. Yeah, very, very strange. Like, look at the lid and everything. And then we got a sunglass holder here up top. No center for anything like that. And then popping to the front of the Model Y, you guys can see again with the trim here, and then look at like the wood trim, and you got like the funny little button popper for the handle. At least we got window controls, right? And then front seat, same gripe applies. They're not like the most uncomfortable seats on the planet, but yeah, Tesla could do better. Anyways, popping in, you'll notice that, well, actually I have to back up the seat a little bit here. Now you'll notice that, well, yeah, we don't have like anything other than a steering wheel here in the center. And also, I have to do this thing where I have to get the card out and then put that in. So that is not as easy as just doing a push button. But basically with the steering wheel, you have these like little controls that can control multiple things based on what you select in the infotainment system. You got a column shifter back here. You have this stock, which is so annoying. I don't even want to get into it in this review. But anyways, we do have a 360 camera system. Resolution on it's okay. I'd say that Ford's is probably better with the camera system, but I do like the screen views bigger on this one. Navigation screen's fantastic, and then if I press this little Tesla icon, this will pull up all the controls. You can see I can adjust the mirrors and everything like that. So frankly, I mean, this stuff, I think, pretty easy to use with it. So I will say the infotainment system in this, I think, is better. I just hate that everything is integrated into the infotainment system. And then you guys can see more storage in this area. This little charging adapter. Pretty normal center console. And then look at like the wood trim that goes across. And then we've got the full glass roof here. Now when it comes to pricing, this Mustang Mach-E has equipped stickers for just over $50,000, whereas this Model Y with a build date of January of 2023, stickers for $67,000. Now, I don't know if that means that that was pre or post price cut with Tesla, because they obviously had those crazy price cuts. Let me know in the comment section down below. But anyways, the thing that's funny is this one obviously is pre-owned, and right now in the pre-owned market, this is like a $50-something thousand car. So yeah, Teslas have taken a pretty big hit. So like whoever bought this and paid $67,000 brand new, I feel bad for you. Let's drive them. Okay, let's talk about visibility before we set off in the Tesla. Here's your visibility of the hood, both of the mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear. And well, this is actually my second run here in the Tesla Model Y. The first run, I had to completely scrap the video because other stuff's not working. So like this lets me change the steering mode, but it's not letting me adjust the acceleration at all. And again, you guys can see the charge on this. So I don't know what's the front doesn't open and it won't let me change the acceleration. So I don't know what's going on with this car. Let me know in the comment section below if you know. And it also says that speed's limited to 70 miles per hour. So something's up that I obviously am not smart enough to understand, but also I kind of feel like it's a Tesla thing. Oh, it says valet up here, so maybe it's in valet mode, and I don't have the code. There we go, there's our answer. Man, I don't even know what it would be. So maybe it's like 420, but 2 zeros. Nope. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna accidentally lock this out. So, yeah, that's another reason why this review is gonna kind of suck. Gosh, why would this be in, I don't know. Like, I understand if I was like driving someone's personal vehicle, but this was traded in a dealership, and so they should have, the person should have taken it out of valet mode. I don't know why they would not, but maybe that's also why the front won't open. It's because of the valet mode. I'm starting to put 2 and 2 together with this, but that means that since we're in chill mode with the acceleration with this is going to be absolutely atrocious. Like, it is not going to move whatsoever. But you know what? We'll still do it. I mean, it's fine. I mean, the thing's funny is though, is since the Mach-E is not going to be in freaking valet mode, it's going to accelerate a lot quicker. But I will say, like other stuff with the Model Y, there's quite a bit of wind noise with the Model Y. You get a bit of road noise too. It's not like, I know that people compare Teslas to luxury cars. It's not a luxury car. This feels like basically a premium car rather than an actual luxury car. Like, I consider like a BMW or an Audi a luxury car. I consider this like, again, we're comparing this to a Ford, so like I feel like that's a really good comparison, because that Ford Mustang Mach-E, that's also more of a premium car. It's not a full-on luxury car either. But other than that, I mean, the tech's great. Tesla still needs to work on the build quality. I mean, this is a 2023. It's better than what I've seen in the past, but still, like, definitely need to make some improvements there. And also, I gotta point this out. Why does that still say beta? We're how many years in since we were supposed to get full-on autopilot and we still have beta there? I'm just saying, full self-driving the Teslas isn't really full self-driving. Also, go watch the YouTube videos of the Teslas like plowing through mannequins and stuff. It's kind of scary. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Model Y long range. I know that people might be thinking I'm just overly pessimistic about Tesla. I review a lot of cars. I review, like, literally, with how many videos I post, I review over 1,000 cars per year. And, you know, obviously, out of those 1,000 cars, some of them are Teslas. And like every single time I get out of a Tesla review, I leave disappointed, especially seeing this freaking $67,000 sticker price. But let me know what you guys think about the Model Y. Okay, well, let's talk about visibility here on the Ford, so you guys can see visibility of the hood, both of the mirrors, do a blind spot monitoring, and throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. Now, I do need to mention I'm using this video for the Mach-E review, and then also for the Versus Model Y review as well. And so, yeah, or at least the driving impressions. The rest of the videos are unique. It's just the driving impressions that are going to be overlapping. I try to keep the driving to a minimum with vehicles to not put too many miles on them, and also to you know, risk management to a low. Now that Tesla is in valet mode, which is super annoying, so I couldn't really get like a super good feel. So right now we're in unbridled, more responsive. Let's engage do. Balanced every day. So we'll do unbridled for our acceleration. Cool, we can go. So I'm sure this will feel fast in the Tesla because, yep. So yeah, but I mean, that's expected. If I pop this into Whisper though, that's the thing is, so Tesla has a chill mode, and that's kind of what the Whisper is. And the Whisper in the Mach-E feels punchier than Tesla's chill mode. So it feels like they still give you a little bit more acceleration. I mean, we can use this little parking lot here to show as well. But here's what I noticed is wind noise with them is actually pretty similar. Road noise though with this is a little bit less. Seat comfort's relatively similar, but again, there's like a huge price difference between both of them, which is crazy, like $15,000 roughly. So this is whisper mode here. Oh yeah, way punchier, way punchier. Now I like, don't get me wrong, you look at the power figures, like the Tesla has more horsepower, so like, yeah, it should feel faster if it was not in freaking valet mode. But here's what I see with this. Like, it actually has a gauge cluster here in the center. I do like Tesla's infotainment system. I feel like that's a little bit easier to use compared to the Mustang Mach-E here, but this is still easy to use, frankly. Build quality on this is way better, like fit and finish. Material use also just like looks and feels nicer. And this just feels like a better car, and this is a less expensive car than that Tesla by a substantial margin, with how this is packaged out. And so let me know what you guys think about the Ford Mustang Mach-E, but you know, after driving these two back to back, my initial opinion when the Mustang Mach-E came out still stands. This is better than the Model Y. It just doesn't have Tesla's charging network. That's the only downside to this. Other than that, Ford's dealer network is better. The car is better. As soon as we have a better charging network for Fords, like RIP Teslas, like they're not even worth buying at that point, unless Tesla makes some major changes. But let me know your opinion on that.